Fragbite Masters, the first night of the official tournament, at least of the main event, because we've gone through the qualifiers. Now we're into the group stage. So,
yeah, and we're kicking off with TSM and Team Dignitas. If you are a little bit late to the show, then don't despair. Although it was actually a really good map, the first one. Turned into a 16-14 type deal in favor of TSM. Just barely getting that win in the end. And now we're going to go into Dust 2, which is... I mean, actually could be a very interesting map between these two.
it was off of a risk as well, right? It was that 10-13 gamble buy coming out from TSM.
Yeah.
And they realized, well, we got to go for something. It actually worked out, and Dignitas were never able to come back after that. Thanks to that risk, thanks to TSM actually taking that risk and getting that extra buffer round.
Yeah.
Not letting Dignitas get up to 14 rounds. That made all the difference for one of the Danish teams.
Yeah, no bounce, no play. I guess. I mean, sometimes you gotta take that risk sometimes, and so much at the top level does involve making that call. We see it all the time, don't we? When a team is down, I think some of the most aggressive buyers aren't even like the Danish teams. NA teams will do it a lot more, but Fnatic and Envy will. I mean, they take those risks all the time.
Well, that's like Happy's trademark,
yeah,
right?
and make them work.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's a lot to say for doing stuff like that. Good to see that TSM are also capable. Although I never thought they weren't. They just seem to be more of a sort of a safer team in that sense. Maybe a little bit.
A little bit. I don't know, safe. And I'm thinking Kerrigan, and I'm like, Kerrigan's not safe. Kerrigan is like YOLO through smokes with the Tech 9 and like just go for it like Happy style, basically.
The vacuum Lina shotgun, all that stuff.
Dude, I mean, so ever since Kerrigan joined up, though, I mean, you got to give him props. I mean, I think Thorin tweeted it after PGL, but like, you got to give Kerrigan props. You know, ever since he joined up with that team, their T side has become just more and more effective.
Yes.
When that was their big weakness, their great weakness before that with Fetish, Kerrigan really was able to come in here and have an impact.
And then with Fetish, their CT side was an absolute lockdown on every map.
Yeah.
So they need Fetish and Kerrigan to have a child, and then for that child to be the in-game leader.
The happy medium, you know, it's like basically the balanced child.
I don't know how Fetish feels about everything, but I always thought it would be insane if Fetish was like the coach of TSM or something. You know,
we know that they have the solution already, though. You know, it's basically like Fetish. We know, might you know, he's in retirement now, but that's all right because he can live on through Kerrigan if they just fusion. There you go. You know, cut out the child. We don't need that kind of like 9-month wait. Let's just get it done now, Anders.
Well, that might be. I mean, it's going to be more than 9 months. Infants don't really do so well in Counter-Strike, so I've tried already. It's not working. So we're already on to Dust 2, and we've got armor on every single person on TSM except for Siblings, who has been relegated to grenade and diffuse duty, I suppose, which is all right. He's playing over at long somewhere, so just got to keep an eye on where that kit is. Nice flashbang in, but it's only going to force Cajun back. Not actually going to flash him. Although Device will go down. The Glock train is coming to the B bomb site, and Cajun trying to see if he can hold it. Dupree missing a lot of shots here. He's going to get the one kill. Gets a second headshot on Nico. That's amazing. Finally goes down. But that's Dupree getting a lot more than he should have, and that actually gives a chance here. Kerrigan instant execute, and now Kirby all alone in the background. No bomb plant either. He's going to take the fight. Sipnik's coming in to help out. One kill from Kirby, and Kerrigan should have this one, and he's going to get it with a headshot as well. What a round from TSM. And in spite of Kerrigan getting those 3 kills, it's definitely Dupree who's the man of that round.
Yeah, not only because he got the 2 kills, but he delayed that bomb plant. There's no plant. Like Dignitas, if Dupree is dead or dies instantly, they get the bomb plant for sure, and they're able to just carry out from there. Because he actually gets those 2 kills, he stops that bomb from getting planted, and then Kerrigan is there just in time. Kirby can't get out from back of the site, and everything goes all TSM's way. So... just incredible play there from Dupree. That was like I was thinking, okay, it's actually going to be pretty brutal here because there were the 2 guys on B slope and they lost one of them right off the bat. Cajun was able to make it back in time, but the fact that TSM gambled and had 3 guys on that side early, that was huge for them. And again, it's looking like more of the same here. Straight up rush out through mid, and Dignitas once again not going for a Kevlar armor buy.
Turning around for it here. Device currently with a double, and Pimp. He's going to go down. Would have been nice for the bomb plant there at the end, but not going to happen. Sipnix will steal it away with an SMG and actually steals the dualies as well to make things even worse here. 3rd round coming up. More dualies being purchased on Pimp. Hashtag Kleenex.
Hashtag Kleenex, exactly, bro. I'm thinking, yeah, there it is, bro. Yeah, Dupree. Don't worry, guys. You know, I poke Dupree every now and again, just making fun, but we get along. He's a cool guy.
Grenade gonna go on in, actually double grenade, and you can see Dignitas is waiting on the other side. MP9 close range though, and he's actually gonna do a lot of damage, but he is almost dead as well. 24 health. Kerrigan staying alive. How did he survive that round? and get a double kill. Look at Cajun on 12 health. That could have been a pretty good round from Dignitas.
It's like just straight up. Then he turns into like this auto turret that's just on patrol and just like or like walking around the corner. MP9 is scary though, man, because it just uses its bullets so quickly. The thing just spits them out at an insane rate. So it's like you can have it, but if you hold down mouse 1, you're going to be empty so quick. It's almost like the FAMAS. So it's just, yeah, awkward little spot there, but they still make it work. And TSM even, I mean, look at that. Kerrigan still holds on to the MP9, even in this situation, when they should know that Dignitas are going to have bought up with AKs.
Oh, they definitely do. This is just a power play. It is just them saying, we'll be fine either way. Kerrigan emptying that one into the wall after being flashed. There is an AWP on Nico and one on Cajun as well. So trying to switch it up a little bit. Not going to be Kerrigan or Device or Dupree for that matter AWPing here, but Cajun stepping it up, and he's very capable as well. Smoke and then flash and then running through the smoke. Device really catching him. Look at this. The FAMAS gets both kills outside. AC and MSL falling. They did not see that coming, but like Pimp and Kirby with the return, and it's back almost for a second into a 3v3, although they are in the bomb site, and this is not such a bad position for Dignitas to be in.
Yeah, now the question is timing for Pimp. He takes that peek at window, though, but he doesn't spot the man coming up. That's Cajun B with the AWP. And Cajun just holding this angle. Kerrigan has picked off Nico, so that's his man down. And Pimp, he's all on his own now. He's got to go out here. He's looking to just try and take control of slope if he can. Cajun alone out here. This could actually go his way if he can catch Cajun off guard. So there's Molotov. Doesn't matter. Headshot straight up from Pimp. This is all about keeping them off that bomb, but there isn't really much he can do. It seems like he's not going to get it down. He's not going to be able to stop that defuse from coming through.
Oh man, that could have actually been big, but the smoke was covering him, so he couldn't see what we could see. That there was actually an opening for him to shoot at. That wasn't really Pimp's fault, but pretty cool play. That was actually close to working out for him. If you're just to clarify, if you're in a 2v3 like that in the B bomb site, it's definitely winnable from a terrorist point of view. It's very different when you're in the A bomb site. If you lose a man over at A on the terrorist side, that's definitely a big deal. Cajun, nice shot there while he was flashed as well. They got two people covering him with rifles, and it's going to be a kill coming in from Kerrigan. Spray from Kierbu to pick down both Sibnix and Kerrigan. And we are back in a 3v3 with a pretty good situation here for Dignitas. They've got a lot of time. They lose MSL. And that gives up the game. Now they know exactly what's going on TSM side, and, well, that's going to be it. Cajun to shut it down.
Cajun's like, hey, I can shoot through smoke too, Kirby. How's about that? I mean, having that AWP basically the best spot possible as well for TSM.
Not a lot of breathing room being given to Dignitas. Once they get into that 3v3, they'd love nothing more than to just sit back and relax for a good 20-30 seconds, see what TSM do. Yeah. And TSM won't give them that time. They actually move before they even, get to talk about it. They're straight there with the pressure on them.
Taking that fight on Cat, right?
Yeah, immediately.
It's good that you mentioned that because, yeah, Dignitas would want TSM to start doubting themselves and to start rotating guys around and maybe spreading the defense out a little bit. It's going to be a straight-up rush here on the B site. This is basically an anti-eco situation. Dupree is going to get overwhelmed by that one lone Tech 9 that's on AC, and AC gets another kill as well. Cajun missing the shot, but he spots the bomb carrier, and he just goes rushing onto this site. No fear at all, and that's where you got to be a little bit more careful here. I mean, granted, it's a 2v1, but this has turned into an incredibly expensive round. A quad kill into a 1v1 now, and Kirby just waiting on the edge.
Oh, this is so scary. If he gets this kill as well, Sibnix coming through the deagle. One more body shot would have done it then, but not going to be quite in time. The orb will be saved, but you're right, that's super expensive. Although, you still got to worry. TSM are picking up a lot of rounds, and Dignitas struggling money-wise. They're not getting a lot of bomb plants either here.
No, they aren't. I mean, that was an incredibly effective round, but that's also, it's like pistols in this game, especially the Tech 9, the Deagle. You have to be so careful running up against those. You can't go for the old power plays when they're, when they're just running around with like Glocks and P250s, because you will get messed up if you get ahead of yourself, like we saw there with Cajun just YOLOing onto that B site. MSL taking point, AC with the Tech 9. I mean, that was like a Russian AK almost, where it's just like the one Tech 9 that keeps changing hands and actually getting damage in.
Yeah. I mean, why not try and keep it alive? We're into this 7th round here. They got the mid control. They've got a cool boost to look over here. We've seen that before a long time ago. One of those boosts that only comes out 1 in 100 games, because if you do it every time, it's not really going to work. But still a nice idea. Now they're just wedging their way into the middle. So all of this is a play for entry frags. Up in Upper Dark, though. A bit of a fight going in, and Pimp to take out Dupree. Will get dropped by Device. Such a shame, and Device going to come back into the middle. Nico taking out Cajun, and this is just turning into a series of 1v1 duels. And TSM so far Well, they managed to equalize. Device still covering the middle here. MSL with a nice crouch peek in. Sipnik's only going to trade more, and that leaves Carrigan to try and clutch. He's going to get shot in the back. Oh, the timing! He escapes into the smoke, and did he realize? Flashing once. MSL is right around the corner. Carrigan's going to move quick. I don't think he realized, and it's going to get taken down there. So finally a round from Dignitas. One of those rounds that's really hard to analyze, because all that was one long series of individual fights between different members of either team. Kind of weird.
Yeah, just an all-out brawl, basically. It's just like, hey, who's stronger, right? It's like a series of arm wrestling competitions until the one guy just broke the other guy's arm. And that was Dignitas just managing to get that edge. So really not a whole lot to be said apart from, well, I guess the fight in Upper Dark could have been a bit cleaner with Device basically holding T-Spawn. That didn't really let his teammate get out of there intact, and that's kind of where it spun out of control, having the one guy solo. Device taking the aggressive hold on B doors after that, trying to force the issue, missed the shot. Yeah, that was there was a bunch of weird things there.
And Pimp trying to crouch into that angle over at A-Long, which has become so much more difficult with the AWP change. I feel like that you've got to come up with a different way of doing it. Some AWPers recently we've seen have actually started to jump into the angles instead. Kenny will do that, and it's actually a way that a lot of people played in 1.6 with the AWP. So I'm kind of curious to see if that's going to continue. Carrigan to pick off Kirby, and MSL did spot him going left, but they must realize there's one more guy in there. Back plateau, Device is covering him. This is kind of a nasty angle, though. Dupree goes down. Device has a lot of work to do. Misses the first shot. Now they're going to be close. He gets the shot on AC. Pistols out as well. He hits a headshot. There was Sipnik's coming in, from the door to take down MSL, and the no-scope to drop Nico. What a round from TSM. That will reset Dignitas. And from what was a very close match on Cash, this is turning into a bit of a stomp on Dust 2. This looked bad. Once you miss that first shot, you should be dead.
You should be, exactly. And he just hits that flick shot. I think that's the big kill there, though. Is like Sipnik's managing to step in at the last possible second to save his mate. Because I think Device was dead, was done, so he wasn't getting the shots. What was that? Pimp taking just a little bit too long there.
I think they were cuddling and spawning for a while. They were just like, teasing each other.
Pimp, please spoon me.
Exactly. Go long, no go B, no go long.
Well, we'll just worry about it later.
Stop it. And then...
that was just ugly, though. And now, whoa, this is a very dangerous spot here for Carrigan. He's going to be able to take this fight with the USP, but he is alone. He's got 3 bullets left. What?
Sipnix takes out Cajun. Hugely confusing round, but works out just fine for TSM. They only lose one person, and they save both the orbs. They have a decent bank, not an overwhelming one, but a decent one. Dignitas, they got to come up with something big. I think they need to win sort of an absolute minimum of 6 rounds here.
Yeah, I would say so as well. I mean, and Dignitas has been is a team that's been showing, a great improvement on their T side as well. Like both of these teams, in fact, both of these Danish lineups. When MSL joined up on Dignitas, we saw a great boost there on their offense, and the same thing can be said for Carrigan and TSM. So I'm surprised to see Dignitas really struggling here, trying to get rounds on the board for Dust 2. It feels almost like what we saw from Dust 2, where it's like this momentum game. If you get that strong start, it's really hard to stop teams, especially TSM when they're going for like the aggro plays that we've seen so far.
Good angle from Nico, and just like we often see people run for A-Long to get the first pick off, you can do the exact same thing at B, just trying to catch people jump up on the plateau then. And you can even tell that TSM was wasting time, sort of making sure they wouldn't run into that trap, and then they kind of did it anyway. Carrigan going to go down, that's Kirby opening up, and TSM now. Are they just going to put all their eggs in one basket and run to A? They will, and Cajun going to hit that shot on AC. That's incredible.
That was a ridiculous shot. That is such a difficult shot to hit, but he gets it done. Kerrigan going for the aggro push out on Longhouse. That kind of gives the opening here for Dignitas now, though. But all 3 members are actually currently holding in mid CT for TSM, so that cross, they have 2 smokes, so they should be able to make it across here.
Oh, I kind of wish they double grenade
They don't even need to, actually. Yeah, MSL's got that bomb up. He brought it up from Cat, so they don't even need to cross it long. This has now gotten so much more difficult for TSM.
Important kill from MSL. And Dupree and Cajun, they gotta wonder if they want to save these rifles, because they have some bank, but it's not amazing. If they lose, not this round, but the next one, then they're gonna be ecoing, and there's a way back in for Dignitas there. AWP is gone. Dupree now gonna come in and see if he can claim a bunch of extra frags here, which would be huge.
Yeah, because Dignitas are a team that do not have any money to give up. He manages to get 2 and even saves an AWP. Actually, that's really well played by Dupree. Now, Dignitas not having 3 guys live means that somebody's going to take the hit as far as the money is concerned. Somebody's going to have to spend all of their bank. And I suppose at least they managed to hold on to the AWP for Nico. But this was a great opening here from Nico as well, just on the edge. But that shot there from Cajun, that's ludicrous.
Yeah, really scary. I mean, I actually thought they would turn it around, but I think you pointed out that the bomb didn't have to cross over, and that is probably like the key thing there. If they try to cross over against Cajun, they lose one more person, all of a sudden the retake is on. Cajun, speaking of which, going to be taking down MSL Device with an easy kill on AC then. Gets dropped, and then Dupree, as Pimp was trying to sneak his way through the smoke, probably felt like, you know, had that gut feeling that he had the timing open. Cajun going to get another free kill here, and things not looking too hot for Dignitas.
Yeah, the act of desperation basically from Dignitas, trying to turn it back around early, taking risks, just seeing if they could catch somebody out from TSM. That was not the case. Now kind of TSM, though, feeding themselves in one after another versus Nico, who's just going to clean up. And it's like the desperation push from Dignitas giving players one after another. And now TSM have done just the exact same thing, and they've given Nico a real shot at winning this round because Nico's still got 50 seconds left. He has a lifetime to make the play here. And yeah, we're about to find out just how long, with the knife, it would take him to run up onto that site. 17 seconds. I mean, he's got all the time in the world at this point to be able to run around and get onto that A site.
Yeah, they're actually going to realize too late. So one of them could have rotated into the middle just to spot the crossover. Unless he walks from now on. But this is looking pretty good for him. Yeah, and they have no chance of spotting him. He's got 1 grenade and 2 flashbangs. They've got a lot of smoke, though, which means his AWP could become a lot less effective. Finally making the cross, and are they going to see it?
I think they just did.
Yeah.
I think they just spotted him.
Bomb has been planted.
Yeah. Good play from TSM here. Just trying to sandwich him in. He's going to run it with the knife out, and that's the end. So just the timing pretty much perfect for TSM. Nice attempt from Nico. Definitely the right play. But it's hard to know how to play that, because if he stays in the site and they show up with grenades and smokes, with the AWP, he's got no chance anyway. So, I mean, if he could have made it into pit, definitely would have been a shot at doing it.
I wonder if we could go so far as to say that TSM were focusing so hard on B because that's like the one place, or the one bomb site where Nico can really set up camp and defend it very well in a 1v2 scenario. I don't know. There's too much to be, if we're taking a bit too much into it. It's basically Dignitas deciding to lock it down and then just play for the retake afterwards, and it worked out perfectly now. So they did get that bomb plant, at least Dignitas, but we can see, you know, they're just going to go for some kind of buy here just to even things up. So they invest in the Tech 9, Kevlar, a couple Tech 9s actually, and some flashes as well. It's going to be the aggro push out long, and Cajun not hitting that shot. They have an opening now for Dignitas. They can actually try and abuse this, but the anti-flashes are just too good, and they get stopped cold.
Yeah, I mean, there's no entrance here, basically. You can't really make your way through once everyone is set up in these positions. You have to catch them when they're at the corner, and you have to catch them flashed as well. It definitely helps that Cajun missed the shot. That was their opening, basically. But then, you're right, the counter flash is coming up, which is a little bit too strong. Now we're headed back towards the B-bomb site. They do leave AC behind, so just hoping that someone's going to come and peek. That's a smart idea.
Well, Kerrigan's done it in the past. Kerrigan showed that he has a tendency to push long house, so he might be a little worried about running right into this. All 4 members getting spotted out, though, including the bomb on this B site. So now the game is up, basically. And look at this. Dupree, fancy feet, just dancing back and forth. They can't get a shot on him. He's going to live with 13 HP and collects 3 frags of his own. So nice work there by Dupree, basically making himself as hard a target to hit as possible. And TSM now sitting on 10 rounds. This is pretty much, I mean, 10-5. It's quite a run for TSM. I mean, they've got such an enormous lead at this point. And like I said, you know, well, it's looking really likely for TSM to just collect this the win on this series here. Dignitas are just going to have to dig incredibly deep.
Yeah, Dignitas. You're right. I don't know what the answer is either. Device going to take down MSL, who was just trying to cross over into middle, see if he can get a little something. Kerr with a really important kill, but he gets caught by Kerrigan. Very nice refragging then, just making sure they always come out on top, essentially. Now, this is going to be rough again. They might be able to get the bomb plant down here on A bomb site. That isn't always the struggle here at A bomb site on Dust 2. You can, not always, but sometimes you can get in and get the bomb down without losing too many people. But actually holding the bomb site is a little bit more tricky there. Smoke going to be looked over. Carrigan was already in position to look over that smoke. And now Pimp gets a good kill. Nico gets a good kill as well. And it's a 2v2.
Oh, and unfortunately it doesn't work out for Dupree. He's just a second late to stop Pimp from getting up Cat. So with 40 seconds left here, Dignitas actually have a few options. And, well, one of those options is just to kill off Zipnik. So now they're in position. Pimp is going to be able to hold. He's already got eyes basically on CT or Cat. And he's got ears as well. So he's trying to make up his mind. It seems like he wasn't quite sure where it was going to come from, but he's got his mate to watch as well. He's going for like the fancy stuff.
Did he grenade himself or did someone else tag him?
I think that was a grenade from Nico.
All right. I hope so. It probably was, wasn't it? 10-3. Not all the kills on Dignitas and not all the rounds either. They gotta make this 10-5 and then they also have to win the piss round of the second half. There's so much work ahead here of the Dignitas team. And remember, if they lose this map, they will be losing the first match here at Fragbite Masters. Double up setup still in play on TSM, but if they lose this round, I think they're going to be ecoing. So there's that to look forward to if you're a Dignitas fan. Device to take down Pimp, though, and that's not the start that they were looking for.
Oh, that's such an effective way to use that AWP. Catching Cajun B, and AC with the double entry onto A site. There you go. That's how you get back into this, Dignitas. And then they decide to just speed up behind it as well. They're not going to let Kerrigan get back into position. Kerrigan with that M4, trying to hold that angle, and it's going to be AC just dominating. 3 kills for him until Debris can finally shut him down. But this is big now. Dignitas, they just won the 2 key rounds that will allow them to get up to 5 rounds at this half. So this is TSM now having to... They're in a forced buy scenario with just pistols. It's not looking pretty. Especially because they gone for 3 Deagles.
Gotta love the second heal from AC. That's just very swift reactions coming into it. Nicely played. Triple kill as well. 10-4. It's the 15th round, as you were saying, the last of the half here. And there is, what, 3 Deagles in play currently on TSM.
Yeah. And is it just... Really? Are they just going to go for the Mad Rush? It's actually not too bad a call because Dupree... I mean... The Deagle really is just... Like, one of them, yeah, sure, but, like, to stop a rush, it's just... Well, if you hit shots like that...
What?
If you hit shots like that, okay. Sorry, Device.
Yeah, that's a bit above and beyond what you would expect from a Deagle.
But yeah, how often do you actually see that shot, right?
Carrigan trying to come up off lower dark, and Nico to stop him. Cajun trying to follow the same route. 3v3, the bomb has not gone down yet. Cajun has, on the other hand. And Device going to have to do even better. He's already got the double kill, but they need more from him right now.
And he just ate that green apple. Oh, he's been flashed as well. Sipnik's now the one walking in here. He's got the 5.7. Bit of a better pistol in this scenario, but it's not going to be very effective as he just gets peeked out. Device gets caught at window, and pretty much everything going according to plan there for Dignitas. Not really a situation that they could lose, really, unless they tried pretty hard to do so.
This is such a dirty shot. That is
Maybe
actually
the edges of the door as well.
Yeah, it clips the door and still gets the kill. 10-5. Definitely a strong result from TSM. They are well on their way to winning this 2-0 right now. If they win the pistol, I would say it's almost 100%. If they lose it, still got a pretty good shot. They do play well on the T side.
Kind of wondering what TSM have got in store for us now. Is Zipnik's going to buy it? Nope. Okay, yeah, full Kevlar. Yeah, full Kevlar, YOLO B. That's all about the plant. That's all about their spawn position. Everybody grouped up. It's like the perfect spawn for a B rush.
Yeah, and what's so upsetting is the 2 grenades. They were on long, so they can't even stop it here. They're just going to get Glock trained to death. MSL with a kill. AC with one as well, but look at that. There's too many bullets in that Glock. They cannot be stopped, and now they're going to at least get the bomb plant down here, and Dignitas going to have to play for a retake. They do have 1 flash and 1 smoke, so maybe they could pull in something here, but it's going to be a little bit rough.
This is about timing now. Kirby, not sure if he spotted out or if he got spotted by that man in upper dark right now, but they know that somebody's wrapping around through there. This comes down to the fights, though. Trade 1-for-1. Nico is out of it. Pimp gets cleaned up, and now they got control of B slope. TSM now in control here. It's down to Kirby. He has a smoke, but he's going to go for the fight instead. Spots out the man, looks for the shot. He's going to get it eventually, but then Sipnix is waiting right on top of him. There just is not going to be enough time.
He's in the smoke.
Really? Really, Sipnix?
He didn't realize. And the most amazing thing is, Kirby picked up that kit right outside. When he ran in and put up the smoke, he had no kit on him. He picked it up after the fact. That was unreal. Oh no, he's right in front with his knife out. He could have walked into him and probably sliced him to death.
Yeah, we're not going to make any...
Oh, that's amazing.
I don't even know, Sip. That's like that's got to be like there's got to be some kind of like fail of the week or month or year kind of like frag drill, and that's going to be up there pretty far, man. That he just sat there. He didn't even try and move, it looks like. He just kind of like sat there knifing the air. Oh, I don't know, Sip.
That is so funny.
Well, now TSM, it's not going any better for them here. 1-for-1 trade over at long, but they're still a man down. So TSM just trying to brute force their way in here. Flash is going out. Kirby just trying to stay alive, but AC is there watching over him like a guardian angel. He just gets his wings clipped, but the damage is done. Still a 2-on-3 scenario here, 1-on-3 now, and Kerrigan's just going to get mopped up. So Dignitas keep control, and this isn't exactly a team that you want to be giving much of a lead to either here. I mean, before you know it, Dignitas could be matched up 10-10. They're capable of doing to TSM what TSM did to them in the first half.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I'm just curious. I mean, especially when you win the pistol round like that, it's gonna be a bit frustrating because they pretty felt like they had that in the bag. They did the push aggressively after they put the bomb down, which is such a good idea. It's definitely something that a lot of teams favor doing instead of sitting idly inside the bomb site. Try and push out. And they knew that they had a good chance of doing it because they'd already spotted one guy coming through T-spawn. So they had a really good read, a good count on where the remaining CTs were. They just played the odds like that. Pimp, good for mass action. Pistol's out as well. He knows they've got no head armor, so easy headshot. Sends Dupree's corpse flying, in fact. And it's going to be Device left.
And he's stepping around, so they know they have an idea of where he's at. They know he's gonna try and yellow through this smoke. It looks like he's just dancing around on the edge, and he's got a minute, so more than enough time for some shenanigans. But there you go. There's the spot. If he could just go for Jeremy instead, who's holding on a slope, but Nico's covering him. Good shot there. They're down to 12 HP, 17 HP, and a headshot onto Pimp.
Really, Device, the last bullet as well. Oh my god, that's absurd. He had the headshot on Nico, and then turns around for the one. He's one bullet left in the chamber here. And he's running as well.
Okay.
Please.
Then. Okay, then Device.
Oh, he's playing really well as well. Got 18 kills, top fragging currently. And we're at 10-8. Dignitas they've started to dig in their heels. They're not just going to get pushed over here. I mean, it was looking miserable in that first half at some point. They were just really getting torn apart. Nico gonna open up here. Sipnik's missing all the shots. And is gonna be falling back.
Yeah, talking about something that could potentially, like, tilt your own game there as well. The Sip after that pistol, it might be haunting him a little bit. He's down to 35 HP here, having tried to go for a spray on long. Nothing there. TSM really attempting the A split, but look at this. They have no nades left. If they back off of this, it's all down to the shots at this point. And Cajun, does he react in time? He does, but he doesn't win the duel. MSL takes him out instead.
Really aggressive play from Dignitas, and it's exactly what we were crediting TSM for. As soon as they start pushing up long, Dignitas move into position on short, just already in position to sandwich them in. That's exactly what TSM did. So, yeah, maybe it's just sort of a reflection or an indication of the fact that these two teams know each other pretty well. They know what's going on.
Yeah, the styles here as well, and the calls coming through. And if anybody's doing their homework, you know, that's the thing. It's just like when Nip were at the top of the food chain in Sweden. Everybody eventually, you know, figures out how to play you because you're going to be the most studied team there. When it comes to Denmark, you can be sure that Dignitas are doing their homework every single time that TSM are on a map. Dignitas are definitely watching to see what they're up to.
Yeah, and the Danish land scene is so close. Everyone knows everyone. Everyone's been on a team with someone else for a long time, so they kind of all know how everyone plays. It's a very tight Counter-Strike scene in that sense. Well, grenade gonna fly in. Will actually do decent damage, although they did lose Pimp in the meantime, which is gonna be annoying. If only they could get Sipniks up here with the bomb, that would be big.
Oh, there was a lurk from Kerrigan over on B side as well. That's gonna draw a little bit of attention back there. Kerrigan actually getting both kills. That's gonna open things up. 2-on-3 scenario now. Kerrigan with an M4 to work with. And that bomb has now been planted on A, and it's been planted for Cat as well. Especially if Gyerubi's going to take that fight. That leaves Nico down to 25 HP, and the worst part is that instead he decided to take that fight. He could have gone for a smoke, a flash, an incendiary. He had all the nades. Nico's left with a flash, all by his lonesome. No way to get up to that bomb. And they haven't even sent somebody in. That's actually Dupree trying to pick up a gun there, but Nico's not interested in letting him have it.
Oh man, that's a big round for TSM.
Eco round.
Yeah, they were building the foundations of a decent economy and starting to get the wheels rolling once again. Now they get shut down, and they are gonna have to eco apart from this AWP. Actually, Kirby has a decent bang. You gotta wonder if this is the time to try and enforce and catch them off guard. But
with the hero AWP time.
Yeah, I mean they've got one already. Buy a second one, go nuts.
Yeah, and I'm wondering if they're discussing that right now, because this is a pause coming in. I believe Dignitas called for it, so they're allowed one pause a map, as far as I know. So they can call for it at any time. And so Dignitas perhaps electing to do it now. You see Pimp, he's kind of like moving around a little bit right now, facing whoever's talking. So I'm assuming they're all looking at MSL, you know, apart from Kirby. Kirby's the rebel, though. I mean, he's still young. He's just like, I don't need to listen to you. I know what I'm doing.
Yeah, he's got the talk to the hand sign out as well. Just, you know, not interested.
And he's like, you know what's
It's a
even
bit
better?
sassy.
He's paying up to the pimp. You know, just like, here's your dualies. Here's your dualies, pimp.
Oh, man. Well, obviously a bit of a pause going in here just for the teams to figure out exactly what's going on. But, yeah, I don't know. This could kind of go either way.
We're still in the balance here.
Yeah.
Like, we're still in the balance. Still, I think anything's possible still at this point. Because Dignitas, they can recover from here. Like you said, I mean, they could, if they really wanted to take a risk. Because that's what, same kind of scenario on Cash, right?
Yeah.
TSM elected to take the risk at 10-13. It paid off for them, and that gave them a little bit more of a cushion. If Dignitas go for the same thing here based off of AC's money, or Kirby's money, rather, you could go for something big. But I think, you know, buying that dually, yeah, buying those dualies kind of tells you what they have in mind. And Kirby's only going to invest in a 5-7 in Kevlar. So they're deciding to give TSM a little bit of room to work with here. I mean, it's still not quite as dire as it was on Cash. Big risk and potentially give TSM a way to just run away with this map.
Great smoke from Device as well, landing in T-spawn. And they have actually up enough. AC will go down, so now they're going to try and see if they can run around to be quick enough. That kill. A second one from Nico. That was through the door as well. He couldn't even see the target. And who's hiding the smoke? It's MSL. They're right around him. This is going to be up to him. Can they see the edge? He's going to walk right past them. This is great play from MSL. Comes through the smoke. And will take that fight and win it against Dupree. Takes the shot and Carrigan and wins it. Now down to Cajun. 1v2. What a round from MSL.
And both of them in Upper Dark as well. Cajun, he's got a Molotov and a flash. Can he find a smoke somewhere to play with? He's just going to go ahead and molly that up. They're rotating back around here, Dignitas, because they realize they can change it up. They could go through door and window at the same time and just sandwich Nico onto this site, or rather Cajun. So if Cajun can get this bomb plant here, and he is going to manage that at least. Now it comes down to patience and timing from Dignitas.
So tough here. Cajun going to walk in, gets the one headshot, realizes there's a guy there, but not going to be good enough. Pimp will take him out. And that's a huge win for Dignitas, and a lot of it due to MSL hiding in that smoke like that. Also, Nico picking up 2 kills in the middle with the AWP. What a big round. That's 10-11 now. This really changes everything. TSM, they just, I mean, they have some economy, but it's not going to be good enough to sustain losing to an eco round.
I think we have to put, like, MSL's... We'll say, like, the mistake for TSM there is allowing Nico to get those. Because that's actually... Like, MSL, there isn't much you can do about, like, YOLO swag play like this. Look at this. Like, walking into the smoke. I mean, going for these kinds of... Like, these are all mind games. This is just sick from MSL. But the fact that Nico walks through the CT smoke, which is a smoke you should never take your eyes off of, pretty much, because that kind of push can always happen. Like, Nico getting 2 kills there, that's a big mistake by TSM. Like, he should be able to get 1, and that's it, right?
But this, I mean, the one he got maybe was, you know, halfway legit. The second one was just a shot through the door.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's so tough, isn't it? But you are right. I mean, that opened up the round, and then MSL sort of followed it through. What a play, though. AZ going to go down. Cajun not at all interested in playing a third map. And you're right. Got to always watch that smoke. This kind of push through is very common. And Pimp to fall back. He did put a lot of damage into Cajun.
Yeah, and there you go. Kerrigan going to be able to hold it that time around. No heroics for Pimp.
MSL.
Yeah, exactly. He's the lone wolf over here on this site, pretty much. Even though he's not a Copenhagen wolf anymore. He's a Digi. But then they called Ghostbusters and they sucked him up.
Ah, such a shame as well. Carrigan did actually get legged. If he had peeked against MSL then, could have been a quick double kill for him, and it would have been a 2v2 now. Cajun gets the kill on Kirby, and Nico going to have to run away.
If we could bring up the scoreboard real quick, just to once again go over the money. This is really going to be, I mean, awkward. Just really awkward for Dignitas. Luckily, they still have a little bit in the bank, so they're looking at 1 round of eco versus 2, but it's not a very pleasant situation here. This is such a back and forth brawl. This will favor TSM in the long run, so Dignitas, they need to get some control back somehow. But then again, it's like, is the Dignitas thing like a ghost? It looks like a ghost to me, but it also could be like an alien, right? So which is it? Do we have to call MIB or do we have to call Ghostbusters?
Has anyone ever made a movie about alien ghosts? Could there be like a joining of the 2 universes somehow?
Oh, wasn't there that one thing where it was like on Mars and it was like a mining complex and they went too deep and they unlocked this like this Martian spirit or something that
I don't know. The last movie I've seen is about Mars's Total Recall.
Total Recall.
The old is an amazing film. I haven't seen the new one because I don't really care, but
yeah, Total
the
Recall,
old one is
with
amazing.
Arnold.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Such a good film.
And we all know who our favorite girl is in that movie.
I'm so ashamed, but that only took me a split second to know exactly what you were talking about. I only needed like a nanosecond. MSL to take down Carrigan. I'm so sorry. It's going to be a 4v4 here. The bomb's going to go down. TSM about to take a 13th round as Sibnix will pick up that kill in Upper Dark. And yeah, just very confident play. If you elect to go for the retake, you could try and do the retake full on where everyone's running in like AC just did. Actually a big kill coming in here from him, but it's not enough. So if you try and all retake through door and window, you could do that. But once you sort of make the choice to go Upper Dark, that has to work. If you go Upper Dark and the guy Upper Dark gets killed, the game is kind of up. They will know exactly what's happening. It's just too much to lose that. So, not that Dignitas did anything wrong here, just really well played on Sibnix here. Oh, no.
What is going on?
Well, Nico doing a great job. I mean, he's really keeping this up alive, round for round.
Yeah, that's actually the crucial point. Him staying alive there, that's so important because he has 7,500 in the bank there. There you go. You see what it goes into. Instantly drops an M4 for a mate. So whoever got that M4, and it looks like AC got it, he's going to have enough for full gear this round. So that's really important that Nico stays alive like that. It looks like he dropped 2 of them as well. 7,400 in that round spent by Nico. That's all of his bank, and this is it. Dignitas, they've got their backs to the wall at this point. It is this round now that it has to work for them. And look at TSM. They're going for the power play. Sibnix flashed out on the long. And like semi-flash still picks up a kill onto Kirby. This really has not been Kirby's series at all. Second kill could come in here, but Sibnix not going to pull it off. Pimp will win that duel. Still, the damage taken there by Pimp isn't going to help him. No, it slows down as far as the pace is concerned. TSM, once again, looks like they want to gather up onto Cat, and they're just going to go crashing onto this A site. But Nico in position. They spotted him. They know where he is. And now it's all about him just playing the duck and weave.
He's so good at this as well. Just needs to buy time. Backup is coming in. Pip is coming in from long with a grenade as well. Going to rain in. Do a little bit of damage, I think. Molotov as well. And the headshot from MSL to take down Carrigan. And it's going to be a lot to device. He will go down. So Nico, only the 1 kill, but staying alive for a very long time. And just making sure all the focus was on him so his teammates could come in and help out. Which is about equally as important there. 13-11. And this game is not done yet, especially as TSM don't have a lot of money, except for Device, who buys... Is it the casual eco-op coming out? And a Galil as well. Oh, they will all buy up. Alright, just took them a second.
This is the casual force buy. Yeah, Nico has no right living that long, actually. Him staying alive, man, that was some prime ducking and weaving. Ali would be proud. Alright, that was masterful. And now Device, I mean, Pimp is just waiting to get flashed in here. Here's the flash. Count it down. 1, 2... And it's going to go to long instead. What?
Yep. I was just about to say, if he shoots the backpack, that's a big mistake. Because you can shoot right through that. It's been pointed out multiple times on Reddit. The models... Well, I mean, I guess in a way it makes sense. If you shoot the backpack, you're not going to hit flesh.
Exactly. That's you just pointed out Valve logic right there, man.
But it's obviously very upsetting.
That is really tremendously dumb. Well then... So, Device, going to be, and I know Device as well, he's just going to be like sitting there like slamming his desk, you know, not happy about that at all.
Think he's going to need a couple of Kleenex himself?
Might have to, you know, send a message over to Pimp. Hey, bro, I know we're playing against each other right now, but can you help a man out? Like.
And when we say Kleenex, we mean to wipe the tears from his eyes, not the other thing that you guys are thinking about.
Mine's out of the gutter.
Exactly. I know we mentioned Total Recall, but still. Nico has got the AWP down on long. Last time he did really well, only the 1 kill. This time he's in a different position where it's more about crossover kills. And look at that, already tanked up, and he gets downed. Sibnix actually crab walking in to get that headshot. But they're still taking so much damage on the TSM side. And AC is moving into a great position, drops the bomb as well. It's looking good for Dignitas in this round, actually, because there's only 8 seconds left, 7 seconds. And Dupree can't really win the round anymore, so they're bringing it closer, 12-13.
And this has turned into a real fight. I mean, this is incredible now. Dignitas, round after round, with some judicial buys. I mean, they've actually managed to pull this back. They've got a bank to work with, even though that round was incredibly expensive. They're going to still spend most of their money here. Still, a little bit of breathing room, because over on TSM side, the force buy, the gamble, just didn't pay off this time. It's not the same as on cash, where TSM were able to make it work. Now they actually have to go for P250s. They have to absorb a round here in order to buy up in the next one. And TSM, I mean, look at this, Nico. Nico now going for the power plays. Like he's like, okay, aggressive peek into lower dark. Yes, please. And sets up. Could even pick up another one here. 3 kills total so far for Dignitas. Going to be a 4th one as well. But Cajun does pick up a headshot onto MSL. So that was some good work.
Oh, gets tagged through the door. Great work by Nkebby as well. Picking up 2 kills early on in that round. And should be no contest here. It's about to be equalized at 13-13. So kind of a similar story as to the one that happened on Cash, where it was looking really good early on for TSM, and then slowly, steadily, Dignitas grind their way back. It's kind of cool. Shows as well that they've got some mental strength on this team. They're not just gonna bow down easily.
Yeah, and all of this is going to go into the eventual slaughter on Mirage. So we'll see. Dignitas, this is all about confidence at this point.
You're dead certain.
I'm dead certain. If they.
Oh!
Oh! How many nades was that? That was like a triple nade, and Nico with the double kill. Thank you very much. Oh man, TSM are fuming about this play right there. The anti-rush nades couldn't have been better.
Well, what was really upsetting as well is that he ran into the grenades. It was a grenade collision. Kerrigan picking up 2 good headshots there, just continuously spraying. The spray transfer, as we learned over at ESCA. Definitely very good stuff here, and AC will take down Sipnik, so Dignitas now taking the round lead at 14-13. But yeah, he ran into the grenade. That grenade collision can really make a big difference.
Especially when you're going through a choke point like that. There's nowhere to go. Yeah, we're going to get the replay here, of course. Just 1, 2, 3. Yeah, Dupree, you're a dead man.
Yeah, and he got stopped, so that means everyone gets piled up behind him. It's the worst possible thing that could happen, in fact.
That was a nice double spray there by Kerrigan. Took just a split second too long, though, as we saw. You know, he got picked up in the end, but here we go. Force buy coming in from TSM, and once again, Nico, he gets out even better this time around. Nobody in mid to contest. He's going to be able to get out of there scot-free, and this is where we start to see TSM struggle. We start to see them fall a little bit behind here. It's going to come down to just some crazy shots coming through now at this point for them. Although they do have they have 2 smokes and a handful of flashes to work with. They're going to have to make them count, and it's going to be a B split, it looks like.
Yeah, not a bad call either. They did see Nico there, so they could. I mean, I think they even heard him run into CT spawn, so they have a decent idea of what's going on. Know that there's only 2 people in B right now. Pimp trying to look over the box and over the smoke. Not going to see anyone just yet. They're all coming through the window. The Molotov is up. They're running through. They're in it. Oh no! AC frying up Sipnix and doing a lot of damage to Cajun, but they will fall and lose the B bomb site. And now it's a 3v3 retake here for Dignitas, and they have to win it. Grenade going to be out a little bit premature. And that's all the grenades they have on that terrorist side now. Kerrigan, good position here. Cajun going to win the fight against Pimp as well, and it's down to Nico. And I don't think he can do this anymore. Ends up going down. Kerrigan with a good headshot. 14-14. And Dignitas going to have to thank their lucky stars that they won just enough rounds they can make a buy, except for Pimp. But if they had to eco now, that would be devastating.
Yeah, that would be a game. It's incredible how close we are once again. It's looking like another 30 rounds. Oh, I mean, it is going to be another 30 rounds regardless at this point. So 2 30 rounds, like 60 rounds total in 2 maps. That's not too shabby. It really goes to show how close these 2 teams are. The domestic matchup, man, never fails to impress. Now, well, again, strictly standard coming up on Dignitas' side. They are rotating Pimp back into mid to kind of double up, so that we do wind up with an eventual 2-1-2 setup here. Whereas TSM, no entry frag this time given up by them. So no nades to the face, no aggressive push by Nico. This is actually going to be a 5-on-5 scenario, it looks like, unless we see some drastic changes coming out here from Dignitas.
They're all congregating in upper dark. MSL and AC, they're in a decent position to deal with this, but if they all push in at the same time, they don't have any grenades, they don't have any Molotovs or anything to stop them. They just have smokes and flashes, and their attention is at middle right now. Sipnix, look at the job he's doing. He's keeping them occupied, and now they're going to rush through the smoke. What a play from TSM. Very bold. That can backfire really horribly. If someone's spotting smoke when they come through, they could all get mowed down, but Sipnix did his job perfectly.
And they all, yeah, exactly. And Pimp, once again, just rendered ineffective by like a single smoke, basically. Now he's going to be in position.
Ooh.
Does he hit this right? He hears the steps close. He's waiting. Pimp. He's not going to find anybody, though. This is the right call by TSM, though. Get out there, hunt down these guns, make sure that Dignitas don't have what they need to hold off the next round.
Yeah. Getting these guns away is going to be huge, and I don't think the Pit player is going to survive out of that. That's Nico down there with the EWP. Ends up going down. Huge kill, and they can sacrifice all they want, TSM. They can lose everything here, and that still be worth it, but they do keep the 2 AKs, actually 1 AK, 1 AWP alive. 15 to 14. It's the 30th round, like you said, and the money on Dignitas is almost non-existent. This is really painful. You want them to have a chance at playing for overtime. They just don't have the money for it.
They don't have anything. Exactly. Look, I mean, a scout buy on Nico. That's it. Pimp once again sticking to the dualies, though. That's just incredible. I mean, it's actually incredible that he doesn't go for a 5-7 at that point for the price involved. Device once again posted up, and we'll see if he can actually deliver the entry frag this time. He's done it before.
This time it's even better. They're just walking in naked. No signals, finding the flash, but then they're already around the corner. He actually does a double take Dupree, and coming out from the middle as well. I think they got the kill on MSL then, so just working out way too well here. Dignitas, they fought really bravely, but they're going to lose against TSM 16-14 on 2 maps. Still a pretty good result for them, but it's got to be upsetting to bring it this close and then not be able to bring it on home. And there it is. In the end, Kjærby actually, look at how far he came back into it. He ended up top fragging on his team.
Yeah, that is great, especially after the slow start he had on Cash as well. Slow start, mix of bad luck. I don't know what happened there for him, but for him to come back in on Dust 2 and have a good, decent performance, that's actually pretty snaz. Yeah, Dupree there. That's definitely that. Wait, what? Did I see it or did I imagine it? Hold on, gotta check. And,
Man.
Well, so, you're right, though. The sneak play at the end really worked out perfectly for Dignitas, or rather for TSM.
Yeah, it's always refreshing because it is. I mean, for a good reason. It's sort of the least favored strat sometimes.
Mm.
You know, the common thing to do is to put up. Yeah, you know, it's a common thing to do is to put up smokes and flashbangs to execute a play. But every once in a while, it pays off to do none of that, so that the other team will have no indication that you're coming. But if you did it all the time, if that was the standard play, then it wouldn't work. It only works because you do it only 1 in 10 pushes, something like that. It's kind of cool.
No, we saw a good variety out of TSM, both sides. But man, Dignitas, 230 maps, 230s, you know, and both of them so close.
Yeah.
That is going to be so frustrating. I mean, still, you have to realize as well. Granted, it's online, it's not on land, sure, but you did take it to 30 rounds on 2 maps versus the team that just won in one of the most stacked tournaments to date. Just this weekend. So, great performance from Dignitas. And they aren't out. That's something we have to point out as well. We're using a double elimination format in the groups right now. So, we have the updated bracket here. So, Team Solo Mid now go up into that winner slot. Team Dignitas down into the loser slot. But they're not done yet. Team Dignitas, they will have a chance to fight back tomorrow night in the consolidation match.
Yeah, and we're not done here on the stream either. We still have got Na'Vi playing Penta, which actually could be a very interesting game. I mean, Na'Vi seem to be really on fire lately, but still, Penta is a hard team to play against, and they're sort of an unknown quantity sometimes, it feels like.
Yeah, like, unknown quantity is right, because it feels like they've kind of dropped off the radar for a while. You know, ever since like Struxy wasn't on it, and then Troubly, and then it's just like there's been a lot of shifts back and forth, and now they've got NKJ on that team. But you know, it feels like since NKJ's been there, we haven't really seen too much of them.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a little bit of a learning process for all of us. I think we're going to get to see, you know, kind of like what Penta bring to the table here in a best of 3.
Well, we're going to find out after the break, and you guys should stick with us. There's another best of 3 coming up here at the Fragbite channel, so don't go too far. We'll be right back.